For some reason, this strategy worked. Darius hated the Scythians because they invaded the Medians, his ancestors, and conquered those who opposed them in battle. They had also enslaved its people twice, and they had a habit of blinding all of their slaves. The first time they enslaved the Mede, they chased down the Cimmerians and were away from their homeland for 28 years. While they were away, the wives of the Scythians laid with their slaves and had children. The second time the Scythians enslaved the Medians was upon their return after 28 years of absence. They met resistance from the slaves and their children. When the returning Scythians tried and failed to reclaim their home, they came up with an alternative. A Scythian proposed using horsewhips instead of weapons against the slaves. He felt the slaves were only bold because the Scythians were treating them as equals by fighting them with weapons. For some reason, this strategy worked. The slaves and their sons were confused and terrified by the horsewhips, so they scattered, and the Scythians regained control over Asia. In Scythian war customs, when a Scythian kills his first man, he must drink the victim's blood. After that, the Scythians must present the king with heads of those they kill because without it, they won't have a share in the spoils of war. The Scythians must also skin their victims' heads, and this process involves making a circular cut on the scalp, shaking the scalp off, scraping the skull with a cow's rib, and kneading the skin into a rag that they attach to their horse's bridle. The more skin rags a Scythian possesses, the braver they're considered by their peers. Now, the Scythians weren't the type to let a good thing go to waste. They used their enemies' skulls as cups, and if a Scythian had a falling out with one of his relatives, they fought to the death in the presence of their king. The winner treated the loser's skull the same way he treated his enemies, and when he had important visitors, the Scythian would show them the skull and share the story of how it once belonged to their relative. This was how the Scythians defined courage.